Hi, this is Analia with Your Marriage Restored coming to you for our Testimony Tuesday video that we put up on our blog each week. For those of you who have been following our videos, obviously, Michael is not with me today. He is out working, and we try and do these videos the night before so that we can both be on. Unfortunately, our day just got away from us yesterday, and so I'm going to be coming to you today. And I also need to ask you to, sorry, our little boy is not sleeping right now, so you may hear him from time to time in the background. I wanted to come today and talk about something that it gets brought up with us from time to time, and something I think that's definitely worthy speaking about, which is being on social networks that are so popular right now. Twitter, MySpace, Facebook. So many of us have a lot of these types of accounts online. I know that I do myself. Michael and I, we have them together. And there's a reason for that, and we're going to talk about that today. For so many people, I think especially for women, things like Facebook and Twitter, even MySpace, even email for that matter, seems really, really benign. Most of the times, ladies will have these types of accounts not to look for a hookup, but to stay in touch with friends, with family, maybe even finding friends that they went to school with or used to work with or knew back in the day when they were kids. And honestly, that really is what it's like for us ladies. That's what it has been like for me and many other women that I know. Now, oftentimes with men, however, even married men, it's not really, these social networks aren't really in the same vein as they are for women. Oftentimes we find that the guys who have these types of accounts are looking for a hookup or to see if there's any way that a relationship can get started with maybe a gal that they used to go to high school with or knew in college or used to work with. Now, I think it's probably been almost a year ago that Michael and I had this very discussion with Joel and Kathy with regard to things like social networking sites that I'm talking about today. And one of the things that they were telling me was what a lot of times these sites are really used for and how they can be misused and abused. Now, I'll be honest with you, I really took offense at first to what they were telling me because that was not what it was for me. And where I really struggled, if you know our story, Michael falsely accusing me of adultery, having me followed, and whatnot. And at the time, Michael did not have access to my Facebook or I didn't have MySpace. Actually, I think I may have for a very short time because I was trying to do an online business and wanted to use social networking as a possibility to get leads. But that's all it was for me. It was a way to stay in touch with friends and also used as a business tool, and not and nothing more. And because of the nature of mine and Michael's relationship in our bad days, letting him now, even in our restoration process, into that part of my life really took some dying to self for me because, and it wasn't because I had anything to hide from him. I absolutely did not. There was nothing I was trying to keep from him. But it just, I think, was another way for maybe me to keep a little bit of privacy and hold on to that. And in particular, there was someone who I had known when Michael and I were first dating after he'd broken up with me in our bad days, that I had met online. And we had a lot in common. We'd both lost our spouses and we to cancer. We both had children. He was in a completely different part of the country. And, just he found me on Facebook. And I just, sent him a message. Hey, how's it going? Great to hear you're doing so well. Seriously, it was nothing more than that. And I had told Michael about it. And, we spoke with Kathy and Joel about it as well. And it just, it's just the way Kathy put it really kind of brought it home for me, which was in getting your marriage restored, especially, we need to, even without that, we needed to protect our marriages. I'm sure all of you watching this know that there are so many things that take us away from our marriages. Um, Even, things as benign as television and, hobbies and things like that. And when it comes to protecting our marriages from anything that could tear them down, that's really important. And Kathy, she was so funny. She says, "I sense anything coming between me and my marriage, I'll cut you at your knees," And I just laughed so hard at that. And it took me a couple of days to really just pray about it and just kind of give up that ghost, if you will. And now, going forward, I still have the Facebook account, still have Twitter, and we have our blog, of course. Now, I don't have a MySpace account at all anymore. I completely canceled that. But Michael and I, if you go on our Twitter account, it's Michael Analia. When we do our blog posts, it's from Michael and I. And on Facebook, if you go to our Facebook, you find us there, you'll see there's a picture of Michael and I on Facebook. And there's a reason for that. People find me on Facebook, they'll see I'm not just a single a picture of myself just by myself. They'll see it's a picture of me and Michael together because we are a married couple. We're together. And Michael knows that he can get on my Facebook at any time. I tell him who I maybe had a little Facebook chat with or something like that. Now, in the beginning, when I did first start doing that, I only, with Facebook, if someone wants to be your friend or be able to see your Facebook profile, they have to send you a friend request. And in the beginning, I only accepted friend requests from women. Now, as we started getting more involved in ministering to other couples and marriages, and realizing that we don't want to just reach out to women, we want to reach out to men as well. I had a talk with Michael, and I said, "Hey, how do you feel now about if I get a friend request from a man, and is it okay if I accept that? How do you feel about that?" He's like, "Yeah, baby, no problem, not at all." And so now we accept friend requests from men as well as from women, and it's just we just have to be so aware, and that's really the basis of this video this week. Be aware. Protect your marriage on all sides, even the internet. It's not as benign as you may think. Anyone with any sense, I'm sure, you figured this out by now. And even if your intention is well-intended, there's others out there who don't have, perhaps share the values and morals that you do about themselves or their own marriages, even believers, so we just really, really need to be aware. And, if you're going to have a Facebook account or MySpace or Twitter, it's the two of you together. You both have it together and present a united front. You're a team. You're a one flesh relationship with one another. Present yourself as such. All right, so have a great, great rest of your week. We have our conference call tonight. Begins at 7 p.m. Pacific time. If you check the sidebar in our blog, you'll see all the dial-in information there as well as the passcode. And please know you don't have to jump on right at 7 o'clock. The call is open for many hours. Michael and I often go till after midnight with our call. And if you don't want to talk, that's all right. You can just mute out your phone and listen in. Get a lot of help that way as well. Thank you so much for calling. Remember, our next marriage intensive is April 29th through May 2nd. If you want to get registered for that, you can shoot us an email or give us a call. Thank you so much. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.